I think he's bigger.
He's bigger.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful fish.
These fish are just tremendous biters. When they hit, like, you know it.
Yep. Look at that. Got him. Dude.
Look at that pile of butter right there.
Oh, man. Hell yeah, dude. Damn. First one of the morning. But now I gotta touch it. Oh, nice size one. Cold, 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 cold. There we go. On that gold rush. Pretty fish. Bye-bye. Where's he at?
Right here, right in front of me.
Oh, nice. I see him.
He's almost as big as the other one.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, right now. Ready? Ready? Come on, baby. Oh, my Lord. There it is.
Ah, got him. I think he's bigger.
He's bigger.
Yeah, I think he's bigger.
Woo! Wow.
Nice.
That was on camera too.
Yeah.
Dude, I threw it right. Look at
Yeah.
you see the very, very back right there, that
Yeah.
corner?
Uh-huh.
I mean, it went over the log and landed right there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little thicker.
Wow.
Hell yeah. There he goes. Another one. Doubles. Whoop. I got a cutbow too. Oh, look at that. Beautiful fish. Off he goes.
Yep.
Right there in that soft current. On that squid. Nice looking little bow. Real pretty fish. Yep. No, he's right here. Man, they're real chunky. Yeah, this guy didn't even feel the bite. The current was going so fast that my line just stopped. Yeah, well, that's a good one. Probably the biggest one I caught. Yeah, that's a good one.
Gold rush right in the corner of the mouth.
Yep. Look at that.
Even better than that.
All right, ladies and gents, I want to take a quick break from the action to show you what's going on out there and how I'm getting onto these fish. As always, I'll start with the rod and reel I'm using out there. This here is a 7'6" ultralight spinning rod, and I have it paired with a 1000 series reel. This is a katana spinning rod. It's a custom rod that's designed for throwing these ultralight baits like mini jigs and ball head minnows. And this is a Shimano Vanquish 1000 SSSP. Really nice setup, very expensive setup, but you don't have to have this really expensive equipment. You can get by with any ultralight spinning rod as long as it's 7'6" in length or 8 foot, and any 500 to 1000 series reel. Now, what's most important when you're trying to throw these ultralight baits like this is your casting distance. And if you got a decent sized rod and an average reel, the most important thing is your line. And what the line I have on here is Sinister Strand premium fiber braid in 4-pound. And then I run that up to a fluorocarbon leader of Sinister Strand fluorocarbon in 4-pound. If you're new to throwing mini jigs and these ball head minnows, you don't have to start out with the braid. The braid can be a little bit tough to use if you're not used to it. It takes a little bit of know-how, and there's a lot of things you got to watch out for because you can get wind knots very easily and that kind of thing. Even though the braid casts probably the best when you're throwing these light baits. But if you go with a 2 to a 4-pound fluorocarbon or even mono, you can cast some of these, like say the 1/16 ounce mini jigs or ball heads, a little bit easier to cast, and you can at least get a taste for throwing these types of baits.
Come get a taste.
And figure out if that's what you really want to do. If you get into it, then you may want to invest and start trying the braid and the fluorocarbon leaders and all that stuff. But in the interim, if you just want to try it, you know, in between bait and weight and drop shotting, throwing some jigs, you can easily get away with 2 to 4-pound fluorocarbon on any spinning reel, as long as it's, you know, 500 to 1000 series reel, and your rod is an ultralight rod, at least 7'6" in length, or up to 8 foot. Now let's go to the bench and I will show you the baits that are working out there and how I rig them up. All right guys, here are some examples of the Golden State Fishing custom baits that I use typically to get on those trout. Over here we have the tube jig type baits, and over here we have the minnows and worm type baits, and above we have the corresponding weights that go with each type of bait. Now in the next segment, I'll show you exactly how to rig these up and explain which of these weights is best for which kind of conditions you're going to run into out there in the field. All right guys, we'll start with the tube jig weights, and they come in 3 sizes, and these are the 3 sizes I will typically use. We have the biggest first is the 1/16 ounce, then it goes down to a 1/32 ounce, and then down to a 1/64 ounce. Now, you'll use all of these different weight configurations in different conditions. Like for instance, when you're around deeper water or windy conditions, you're gonna wanna use the 1/16 ounce because it'll give the jig more time to fall in the water column, and you can go very, very slow without it getting grounded in the mud or the rock of the bottom. The 1/32 ounce is the most commonly used, especially out here in Southern California, because most of our lakes during trout season are very shallow. And this allows you, the 32nd is heavy enough that you can still get a decent cast with it. And when you retrieve it, you can still go slow enough to keep it out of the bottom and getting hung up to present it to more fish. The 1/16, if you're in shallow water, can work, but you have to obviously go much faster on your reel retrieve, and that will only work if the trout are really aggressive that day. Typically, they're going to want the slow retrieve, so we go with the 1/32. Now, this real tiny one, the 1/64, is kind of a specialty weight. I use that for like fishing under a weighted bobber, fishing rivers or creeks that aren't super deep. Or if, say, I was at a lake and I had the wind at my back and the trout wanted a really, really slow retrieve, I would throw one of these on and work them back that way. Now I'll show you how you rig these weights into these tube jigs, and it's really simple. We'll just pick a 32nd ounce, and there's 2 ways to do it. The first way and most common way is to go in through the skirt side. So we want to put this part of the eye of the hook right in the center of the skirt here and carefully slide it into the tube without tearing it, and then pop it right through the top, and it looks just like that, ready to fish. Now there's a second way to do it, which is called speed loading. And what speed loading does is it allows you to change your jigs while having your lead still tied to the line, because if the line's on there, you won't have to cut it using this method. So to put them on, this jig already has a hole in it, but we want to start a hole with the hook at the top of the jig. So, but we don't want to go directly in the top, because where our hole is, that's where we want the eye of our hook to pop out, right? So we go in where the hole is, or start our own hole. And once the hook's in, you carefully guide it down so you don't re-puncture the tube, and you get it sticking out of the skirt down there. And then you just carefully push the weight in, and it comes out looking just the same. Now to switch out the jig color while it's still tied to the line is super easy. Just pull this cap back and expose that lead right there, and then you just carefully slide the tube jig down so you can get that lead out, and it pops out right like this, and your jig is still in really good shape and can be used again. And then if you want to reinstall it, you reinstall it. And that's all there is to it. All right, now we have our ball head weights, and these are what we use with the minnows and the worms. And just like the mini tube jigs, we have the 1/16 ounce, 1/32 ounce, and the 1/64. Now we use them in the same conditions as the mini jigs. Just like the heavier one we use in deeper water, shallower water, and then kind of some specialty stuff. The only difference is the design of the bait, but they are fished exactly the same as the mini jigs, so you don't have to worry about it. Now I'll show you how I rig these up, and believe it or not, even though these baits are vastly different looking, it's the same way to rig them up. So we'll take our Spartan minnow, and typically I like to look at the anatomy of the minnow, and I want the hook to come out the back of the minnow. And the back is a straight part with all these little bumps on it. So what I do is grab my ball head and I start up by what I believe would be the nose of the minnow and push that hook straight in and guide the minnow so it's going around the hook right there. And then once it's making that turn, I carefully pop that hook through so it's as straight as possible and snug that ball right up to the nose of that minnow, and it comes out looking just like this. Then you're ready to fish. Now I will show you how I do, like, say, one of the Powerball worms, and it's the exact same. So except we just go straight in the middle. So we pop it through in the middle, carefully guide the worm halfway around the bend of the hook, and then I will pop the hook out. But since it's a worm, we don't have to worry about the anatomy of it, right? And it comes out looking just like that and ready to fish. And even though there's two balls here with the lead and the design of the worm, it doesn't matter to the fish. The fish still smash it. It doesn't look as pretty as the minnow, but they don't care. They will take it no matter what. So that's all you got to do, and you're ready to get out there and slay some of them trout. All right, now how are we getting on all these trout? And like I always say, no matter where you are, if it's a river, creek, lake, what have you, whatever body of water, the first thing you got to do is find the trout, right? So where do you look in a river or a creek or a stream? And there's lots of places for them to go. And basically it comes down to whether they're actively feeding or they're not actively feeding and resting. So one good place to look is any slack water that's, or what slack water is more of a still water next to flowing water. So what that usually presents to them is the trout will get into the more rapid, stronger current flowing water when they're actively feeding, and then they'll come off into the slack, more still water to rest a little bit, because they don't want to, it's basically like running on a treadmill. They aren't gonna run on a treadmill the whole dang time, right? So you want to look for those areas where there's kind of a seam. I like to cast like right on the edge of the fast moving water and let my jig kind of drift slowly into the slow moving water and work it back that way. And lots of times there'll be fish sitting right in that area. Another thing to look for is structure, any kind of structure. Like Esty got that brown earlier out of those trees. The browns are apex predators. They will set up on structure more than some of the other trout. And anytime there's trees or things they can get under, undercuts in the bank, the browns typically like those kind of areas because they can ambush prey a lot easier. They can kind of hide. Even from sometimes field mice will fall in the water and the browns will smash on those. So they'll eat just about anything that hits the water if it's to their liking, and especially if they can surprise and ambush it. Another thing is rocks or changes in the current, as far as when the water gets a little bit lower, you might have some little plateaus that causes the stream to split. The trout, especially behind a big rock, will sit back there because it gives them another place to rest and also ambush prey. Like you see in this clip, Esty hooked up a nice sized brown next to this huge boulder, and we couldn't see him in there, but they were in there, and there was quite a few fish holding near that big boulder. So that's always a good place to look. Another place, or I shouldn't say a place, a thing to look for when you're anywhere is just look for rising fish. If you're looking at the water long enough, lots of times you'll see them nose out while they're trying to get a fly. You might see a splash. Anything like that lets you know that there's fish in the area. There was a few spots that I was walking on this river where the current was really high, really strong current, and I saw fish rise, and I was like, man, I didn't think the trout would be in that stiff of a current, but they were. And later you'll see I hook up a couple in some pretty intense current. More than I thought the trout would be hanging out in there, but you never know. There could be some underwater structure that I can't see that they're able to get behind and sit there and relax and then pop into the heavier current. Or Maybe they're just studs and they just swim in that like the whole time and no big deal, which could be the way some of these fish fight. Yeah, so it's always good to just kind of take a moment and scan the water and see what you see, because lots of times they'll give themselves up where they're sitting without even looking at structure. So now what are we exactly doing? And what we're doing is we're using 1/64 ounce mini super tubes. Last trip we were using mini jigs with a 1/64 ounce weight in it. But the mini super tubes came out and they are unbelievable and working very well on this trip. So basically there's several different things we're doing. The easiest way is to cast upstream and just kind of slowly work that bait as it moves with the current downstream. And if you either feel a bite or your line stops, it might be a rock, you might have hung up, or a fish has got it and is swimming upstream with it. So usually with the 1/64 and the way this current was, it was light enough that it was staying out of the rocks for the most part. So most of the time when it was stopping, your line was stopping upstream, it was a fish. So it was a pretty good deal. Last time we went, we were getting a little bit more hang-ups, but whether it's a rock or a fish, you can't tell the difference, so you gotta kind of swing away, you know what I mean? Or you're gonna miss a fish. And I'd say most of the time it was a fish. Once in a while I'd get hung up and have to break off, but that's just kind of how you got to do it when you're fishing in a river or a creek or a stream. Now, another way to do it is to fish directly in the current. And if you check out this video, you can hear pretty well. There's a lot of noise, but I'm explaining exactly how I do that. So check this out.
All right, guys, if you can hear me, I'll show you what's going on. We're using a 1/8 mini super tube here. And as you can see, the current's really strong, but these trout, they can sustain themselves in current for a while if they want to feed. And there's some trout laid out down at the bottom of this bend here, some on the side in this semi-still water, and some are directly in the current just under it, waiting for food to come by. So what I'm doing with this jig is I'm casting it across the current and letting the current take a little bit of line to get it down there. Now I'm clicking the bail back and putting the rod tip right near the water and slowly bouncing it and giving it real slow rod cranks now and then, just keeping that jig under the surface of the water. And eventually sometimes it drives these trout crazy looking up at this thing and they take a swipe at it, because to them it looks like some sea creature that's swimming in the current like they are. But as long as you can keep that jig just below the surface of the water and just give it a little bit of action, eventually one will come by, either get frustrated with it or smash it because they want to eat it. And that's how I've been getting them.
Hope you guys learned something. I always do every time I go out to the water. And let's get back to the video and see what else happened, because a lot of stuff happened.
Yeah. I know. It's got to be a brown.
He is a brown. I can see him. Oh, dude, yeah. Nice brown, bro.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. Dude, he's so strong.
Yeah, he's just holding the current right there.
Oh, my God. Wait, just stay there. Just stay. He sees you. I'll bring him to you. I'll bring him to you. Here we go. Here we go.
Got him. Dude. Nice fish, dude.
Look at that pile of butter right there.
Oh, man. Hell yeah, dude. There he goes. Man, he's still strong enough to just chill there, dude.
Dude, I can't imagine anything stronger than that current.
Yeah, there he goes finally.
If it's anything bigger than that,
dude,
I don't think I'll get it in.
You have to Brad Pitt it, dude.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, good jumper.
Homeboy hammered that shit. Damn. Fucking Madison River, son. Damn. Did you see him bite it?
Yeah.
Wham!
I saw it as you were hook sitting. I looked.
Yeah, I just had it right in that slow current. It was just barely moving it, and he just crushed
You
it.
gotta hit the slow current.
Yeah.
That's why I want to go over there and see that pocket down below. Right
Yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah.
Over that water's soft. Bad news is we can't get super in here though with the boat.
Right.
I see sandbars down there.
Yeah. Do this.
Like you just, because we can just move spot to spot to
Yeah.
spot and you'll figure
Yep.
it out. Nice rainbow, dude. Oh yes.
Oh, yeah, that's a chunky one.
Look how pink he is. That
Yep.
pink line on him. Nice. Dude. Hey, look at the rod.
Oh. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Oh, that's that brown?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh God. Good luck.
Oh, no, I think it's a bow. Thought I saw pink cheeks. Good size one, though. Yeah, he's laying in between those logs.
Yeah. That's like how I got the brown.
There we go.
Look at that thing. Look how pink he is.
Yeah.
Wow. This is so pretty. Look at it.
Oh, wow.
Look at this cheek. It's like a freaking
Real pretty fish.
All right, ladies and gents, there you have it. Unbelievable fishing. Madison River, well, really everywhere in Montana is just incredible. Super beautiful up there, and the fish are just unbelievable. Like the fight on them and the way they look, and catching cutbows and bows and browns and cutthroats, and oh my God, it's just an unbelievable place. If you've never been, highly suggest going there. And me and Esty, we've only fished a few spots in the southern part of the state. Like there's great fishing all over that state. So there are tons of places to go, and we intend to, over time, just take some time to get up there. But if you have a chance, please make the trip out there. It's definitely worth it, especially if you like the outdoors and fishing. Unbelievable. But Esty was just slaying browns in the Madison. I still haven't caught one out of the Madison, but on our trip I did get into some good browns, but those are in some later videos. Just wasn't out of the Madison. So very happy with that. So look for those coming down pretty soon. But anytime you're out fishing, either up there or out here in the Sierras fishing creeks, it's the same techniques. Just use a really light mini jig, like we prefer 1/64 ounce, and just work it down the current or work it in the current and keep that rod tip down. Keep it real slow, and if there's fish there, lots of times they'll come up and smash it. So Really fun way to fish, and it's a little change of pace. So definitely go out and try it. Take it from me, like you will not regret it. It's an absolute blast. If you want any of the fine products I use on this channel, like the Golden State Fishing custom baits, the Katana rods, the Waterland sunglasses, or any of the waders or any of those things that I use, there's a QR code right up here. It'll take you to a link tree, which has hyperlinks and discount codes to all the places I just mentioned. If you want to make a purchase, you can get up to 15% off. So they're great products. That's why I use them and put them on the channel. So definitely go check them out and maybe save yourself a little bit of money if you. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them here. Also, if you like what you saw here, please give us a like and a subscribe. Really helps out the channel. And every little bit helps, and it doesn't cost you a thing. So if you could do that, I really appreciate it. If you have any further questions, you can always message me on my Instagram at Sea Spanker Outdoors. Leave me an instant message, and I do my very best to get back to you in a timely manner. And coming up, lots of Sierra stuff. Just got back from Big Bear. Did a day trolling out there, the Spartan minnows, and killed it. So that video's on deck. More Montana videos. Going back to the Sierras. I'm doing another turnaround trip in 2 days. And then I'll be here a week, then I'm going for like a full week up in the Sierras. And I think I'm gonna do a little bit more Big Bear and Gregory in between. So lots of stuff coming. Stay tuned, and hope to see you guys out there. Tight lines.